Hello.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
And welcome to Drug Gaming. And welcome to the February 2018 channel update video. Folks, we're going to just take a quick look at a classic game. At this point, it's a classic. It's been out for a very long time. Bioshock. If you've never played Bioshock or seen it, this will just give you a good, quick idea on the game itself. I highly recommend it. One of the best story shooters, RPG-like shooters, it's hard to describe it, in the past couple years. So we're a guy named Jack here, and we've just crashed in a plane. And we are arriving at an unknown destination here in the middle of the ocean. It looks like we've got a lighthouse in the background here, so we're going to get away from the wreckage of this plane that just crashed. We are going to make our way to the one structure we can see. Woo! All kinds of fire. Fire's never good. You never want to get caught on fire. I can tell you that is a direct quote from me. If you ever want to quote Grug, just say, hey, don't get caught on fire. So, we're going to approach this lighthouse here in the middle of the ocean, where our plane has crashed. Kind of strange that this is here in the ocean, you know, just in the middle of nowhere. Looks like the door's open. Let's head on in. Very dark in here. Let's see if, oh, the door closed behind us. No gods or kings, only men. So Bioshock, what's it say here, by the way? In what country is there a place for people like me? By Andrew Ryan. So Bioshock is a game that takes place in what we'll see soon is an underwater world that was designed by a man named Andrew Ryan. And he's going to tell us some of his philosophy here in a minute that we're going to get to hear. But basically it's a game that's based around... Oh, I've never heard that noise before walking by that. That's based around an extreme view of the world and the concepts put forth by Ayn Rand in the book Atlas Shrugged. Basically, the idea is that every person is responsible for themselves, and that you have to be responsible for your own productivity, and there should be no government, no regulation that keeps you from being your best, and that the governments and organizations like the church, etc., keep you from reaching the pinnacle of humanity. And that if only we were all free to do whatever we thought was best, to compete, to be part of the great chain of industry, which is what the game uses here, if we could do that, that we would be able to have a utopian society. And then this game kind of explores the ideas of how that can all go wrong. We'll go ahead and pop in here, and we'll listen to some of the... We'll get a little bit of a learning on what I'm talking about. It's also very pretty. Look at the water. Look at the statues. Look at the fish. There we go.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture.
What a great reveal.
A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, rapture can become your city as well.
There's the infamous Big Daddies, one of the icons of this game. And there's a big whale. Whales are neat. So here we are, just arriving. I didn't want to speak over that dialogue there. So we got kind of a bit of a rundown there of Andrew Ryan's philosophy. And again, that idea that, you know, governments and large organizations like governments take away from you to give to lesser people. And they also hold you back by saying that you can't be better than other people. You can't think for yourself. You can't make your own decisions. You can't go against the grain of society, even if you think you could do great things. And again, the idea is that we'll be able to, that in a perfect world like this, you'd be able to do what you want to become the best. But as you can see, all is not well down here under the sea.
Is it someone new?
That's not good. Digging holes in our little submarine thing.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio? I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground. Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
So, here we've arrived in the underwater city of Rapture. Things have not gone well. Our buddy who was supposed to meet us, he has been killed by that female splicer. And as we get into the game, we'll find out that splicers, if we're to play all the way through, of course, it's just a little showcase to take a look at. We would find out that splicers are genetically modified human beings who have tried to make themselves better through plasmids, this great genetic modification technology that was developed down here in the underwater world of Rapture. And it also drove people mad, and things went horribly wrong. One thing I want to point out, the Vita Chamber, so it's also got that 40s, 50s kind of view of a magical future of technology. So here we have the respawns in the game. If you die, you respawn here in a Vita Chamber. We'll head forward. You can see that there was some bad stuff going on here. People starting to chafe against get wrapped in a sheet. People starting to chafe not only against originally Ryan's idea of the no government, but people chafing against the idea they're not allowed to have a government, not allowed to have these rules. Kind of the backlash to the anarchy. Oh.
Just a bit further.
Oh.
Head do you like that, sister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer, seal Johnny in before they...
So we have, you know, that kind of like steampunk technology, steampunk security robots. Forgotten how to play video games. There we go. Oh! They kicked the couch at us. That wasn't very nice.
I didn't touch her.
I'm coming to get you, buddy. Got him. So, in the background, now that we're here, we see a... Thought I heard something. We see a plasmid machine here, a gather guards machine, which has this, what's called a plasmid for electrovolt. Again, a plasmid is going to genetically modify us to give us special powers. Of course, the best thing to do when you find random drugs is just shove them in your arm. I find that's a good idea. Just as a rule for life. Follow that rule, you'll always have fun. Don't actually follow that rule.
Code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck. Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing it with no big daddy. Yellow! Always have been. You'll be no better off with Metal Daddy, little fish. See you floating.
Huh. So you can see there's a scavenger culture to go after bodies. There's a Big Daddy.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
You alright, Boyle? First time plasma's a real kick from a mule. But there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
So that we saw come across us, that was a little sister and a Big Daddy. And because I don't know how far we're going to get in this little showcase here, because we're already going about 12 minutes. But the little sisters travel around and collect the mutagenic compound Adam, which allows for all these great plasmids to happen from dead bodies. And the Big Daddies are their protectors, because as those little girls, the little sisters are collecting Adam, of course, other people left here in this world want to get that Adam from them, so they needed a protector. And that's the Big Daddies. So let's go ahead and move on a bit. Oh! Oh! Something bad's happening. Woo! There's the remnants of the plane we came down here in. Let's go a little bit farther here. Woo! Oh, you can see the infrastructure of Rapture is starting to fall apart. It's not holding up very well. With our plane crashing into it. Whew. That's not good. Generally a bad thing. Ah, over here. Okay. So we've made it a little farther. We'll find bottles of Eve that we can pick up to refill our Adam if we need to. Oh no. So the 1-2 punch is to electrocute someone and then hit them with a wrench. It stuns them and then lets you do extra damage when you hit them. We need to continue this way. I've gotten lost. I don't know how I got lost already. But it... Oh!
I can control myself.
There's another splicer. We'll search his body and collect his equipment. Whoa! That can't be good. Oh! He was having a bad time of it. Oh, he's already dead. Let's head in here. That'll close. And unfortunately, it looks like the explosion has caused some damage here, so water is going to flood in. In Bioshock, the water technology was one of the big things they talked about when the game came out. You can see how graphically neat the water looks. And if you actually stay in this room, it will realistically flood. It will fill up this room with water. We're going to get out of here before that happens. We'll hop in this elevator and make our escape. But as you can see, it's a... Oh.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe. I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now. But you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
So that kind of sets up our main quest. And as you can see, throughout the entire game, you have this old 1950s aesthetic. You have all kinds of slogans and a whole game built around exploring the philosophy. This, you know, I don't know what you would call a philosophy. I feel like an idiot now, as I can't remember what it's called. The whole game explores that and how that can go wrong. If it's not, well, if it's possible to have a perfect world where that philosophy works, that'd be great. But this just shows how it can go wrong. We're gonna stun this later right here, just so she'll be quiet, so we can finish talking. It will pick up a gun.
Changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell.
So he kind of tells you the whole city has went to heck, and as you explore, you get to see the results of that. We're going to go to one specific spot where we'll cut off after we see what a Big Daddy does to protect a little sister. You can see here there was a New Year's party going on. If you adventure around this area, you have the chance to get some more backstory. But we are kind of... We are again trying to just get to a specific spot, so we'll cut off. There we go. So this...
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
Oh, don't worry, folks. She's okay. But we can see that when the little sister gets attacked, the Big Daddies come to their rescue. And you don't mess with the Big Daddy. You don't want part of that.
That's the Big Daddy. She gathers Adam. He keeps her safe.
So that kind of sets you up for how just grossly broken the morality is down here in Rapture. The idea that people are just willing to kill for this genetic material, that it's a dog-eat-dog world, it's terrible. And it also sets up for later in the game your moral choice. As you play through the game, you have the option to either be a savior for these little girls who are running around collecting the atom, or to become their new kind of evil master. And you have to make that choice throughout the game. So folks, that's just a quick little slice of Bioshock. It's a great game. If you haven't played, I recommend going through. It is a spiritual successor to what's called the System Shock games, which were kind of horror, psychological first-person shooters that took place on space stations, which are also pretty good games as well. I've never played the first. I've played some of the second. But Bioshock is just kind of a modern spiritual successor to those. It plays very well. It holds up very well. If you've never played Bioshock, I highly recommend it. So folks, with that little showcase for Bioshock, just to kind of give you an idea of the atmosphere of the game, we'll cut away and take a look at our channel for the month of February. So here we are, looking at the channel for February. And as you can see, we continue to grow. We are up to, as of right now, 187 subscribers, which is great. Welcome all of you who are new to the channel, and to everybody who's stuck around, thanks very much for staying with us. In February, we began, actually the end of January, but we are beginning the Monster Hunter World Let's Play, which we're putting out. Monster Hunter, one of my favorite games, game series. I've been playing it for a long time. It's just an awesome action RPG. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes RPGs that are action-based, especially if you're like a Dark Souls fan. The combat is very, very fun, similar, not exactly the same. But it's a very, very fun game. So I've been plowing through that and putting those videos up. Of course, we're continuing the Ultima 6 Let's Play. That Let's Play is dragging on and on. I do apologize for it. But we're getting back to that. We are at that point in the Let's Play where it is taking so long that I am starting to pull up some guides some more just to get to the next steps so that we can jump through it and get that completed. The RPG Maker MV Let's Play is also continuing to go up. Just a show of how to make a video game using RPG Maker. Very, very easy tool. Again, if you're interested in making your own game, I would recommend checking it out, especially if you don't have a lot of programming or coding knowledge or anything like that. So we have those 3 Let's Plays going on. Ultima 6 most likely will wrap up by the end of this month, I'm assuming, or it may go into March to finish. I'm not sure how many more videos there are on that. I know we have several more dungeons to go. Just depends on recording time for that, for when I can get it recorded. And then RPG Maker Let's Play will probably also wrap up, I would imagine, end of this month, or again middle of March, depending on the recording for that too. I have most of that recorded. I just have 1 or 2 more episodes I think I need to record for that one, so it should come out pretty steadily as well. We're going to talk about some of our partner channels as well. Tartarus Rage was, for a very tiny bit of time, he posted some of his videos to YouTube. I'm going to leave him on there kind of as a memorial at this point. He was a buddy of mine in real life and is one of the reasons I got into doing YouTube, so we'll leave that up there. We also have our other featured channel, Rough Night Gaming. They went on like a little break around the holidays, so I was really worried for a minute because they disappeared for like 3 weeks. But they've come back. They're in the middle of putting up their Dark Souls 3 Let's Play. It's a really good Let's Play to watch. Highly recommend it. As of this point right here, they have, as of the recording of this right now, they have just gone through a marriage ritual. We'll call it that in the game. So they're progressing pretty well into it. Again, really nice, really cool to see another Let's Play up there. Always fun to watch. So I'd recommend checking them out. And beyond that, though, we have all of our existing Let's Plays are, of course, here in the background for you to check out if you would like to. Large number of videos on the channel for you to watch. And we just hope that you continue to watch and tell your friends. And feel free to, comment, like, and subscribe, etc. It was kind of interesting for me this month too. It's the first time I've had what feels like a negative comment on one of the videos. Almost every comment we ever see is always positive, so I enjoy that positivity. But we're getting big enough that we're going to see a negative comment every once in a while. It's kind of strange. I feel internet famous, even though there's only 187 people subscribed. So I'm going to ask everybody to continue to watch, continue to stick with us, help us grow, and when we come back on the next episode of Gaming with Grug, we'll be checking out a lot more fun games. So, thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. And as always, we hope to see you soon.